There will be strange signs in the sun, moon, and stars. And this is for Israel and the ones grafted into the tree of life. Stand and look up, for your salvation is near. We all know that the upcoming eclipse is coming. I made teachings on this already. If you're righteous, you have nothing to fear. This is the flipping of the dragons, the judgment being lifted from the house of Israel and placed onto the enemies of Israel. So you see, all these are current headlines. And even in certain areas, they're deploying the National Guards, right? So the god Saturn is referred to as the Lord of Rings. As you see here, these are the rings. These are what goes beyond the ice walls. That's why they call him the Lord of the Rings. So we're in the navel, we're in the center. And he uses us as a footstool, like it says in the scriptures. From the reading of Enoch, Gabriel lifted me up like a leaf caught up in the wind, and he placed me on the Lord's face. I saw the eighth heaven, which is called in the Hebrew tongue. I think it's pronounced Musalaf, the changer of the seasons of drought and of wet, and of the 12 constellations of the center of the firmament, which are now above the seventh heaven. And I saw the ninth heaven, which is called in the Hebrew. Again, I'm not too sure how to pronounce it. Kushavan, which are the many names of the homes of the 12 constellations of the circle of the firmament. So yes, there is a firmament. And the firmament is what's keeping the dark matter, which is the second heaven, and the light matter, where we're at, his children are at, on the earth. So the one picture up here is the fertility goddess, and she goes by many names. I believe she also goes by Nut. She is also the queen of heaven, the second heaven, not to be confused with wisdom. This in the highest heaven. That is your Mary in the so-called Catholic Church. These men took me and led me to the second heaven and showed me the darkness, greater than darkness. And therefore I saw prisoners hanging, being watched and guarded, waiting for the great and limitless judgment. And the spirits were dark in appearance, more than earthly darkness, and perpetually weeping through all hours. And I said to the men that were with me, why are they excessively being tortured? And they answered me, these are Jah's apostles, who did not obey Jah's commands, but took counsel within their own will, and who turned away with their prince, who is also being held captive in the fifth heaven. So what they're doing is they're breaking a barrier that divides our heaven from the second heaven, and the darkness is starting to come in.
You seen that? You seen that come out of the clouds? Man, what was that? Hold on, Jack. I gotta rewind. Oh.
And like I covered in other videos before, there are two women in the heavens. One is the fertility goddess, the queen of heaven, and the other one is wisdom. She's the one with the 12 stars in her head that represents the 12 tribes of Israel. Listen to wisdom. She proudly sings her own praises among the Israelite, her own people, in the assembly of the Most High, in the presence of his power. I am the word spoken by the Most High. I covered the earth like a mist. I made my home in the highest heaven, my throne on a pillar of cloud. Alone I walked around the circle of the sky and walked through the ocean beneath the earth. I rule over all the earth and the ocean waves, over every nation, over every people. I looked everywhere for a place to settle, some part of the world to make my home. Then my Creator, who created the universe, told me where I was to live. Make your home in Israel, he said. The descendants of Jacob will be your people. So she was with the Creator from the very beginning in the highest heaven. That's what they call him, the Most High God. Again, I don't know if the pronunciation is correct, so don't come after me. On the 10th heaven is Yah, and on the Hebrew tongue it is called Arabat. Notice the shape? Arabat is Yahuwah, the mighty creator and father. The upcoming eclipse. So again, this is the judgments being flipped from the house of Israel to Israel's enemies. If anything, it's a time of joy for the house of Israel.